have to. How did I get that teensy weensy on the one side and that looks like big and ugly on the other? I have no idea. See, not like the numbers are different, so I guess what I'll have to do is make this bold as well so that it matches better, because that would bug me for sure. Okay, so I'm just kind of centering. When I rotated, I'm sure it went off center a little bit, so that we have a new blank canvas. And now we're going to try and put in another bird. Now I used the little what do you call it? The finger flowers tall. I could tilt them both slightly so you lose them. Well, I don't really mind the big ball. I just want them to be similar to each other. I'm going to have one that's kind of narrow. I want the other one to be narrow too. So as long as they're kind of matchy, I'm okay. But that's a good tip. I could use the finger flowers again, and I probably will do that for now. But if I come across another kind of branch-like tree that I like, then I will probably switch it out just to make it different. I don't want it to be exact. Just leave it there for now. And of course, I'm going to have the bird facing the other way, because again, you know, I'm kind of mirroring it, but not, if that makes sense. So we'll see if we can come up with something. Notice the snow is popping through here, so I'll have to cover that up with something. I'll put some plants or something, books, I don't know what. But I'll worry about that later. What I may end up doing is just pulling this out further from the wall and adding another layer of wood. That would probably be a simplest solution because I've got the issue of it here as well. That's about the only thing I can think of. For now, though, we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so, excuse me. I don't want to use blues again, so put that away. And I'm just going to go through, whoops. Let's see. I think the finger flowers was part of the plants. I think. But I don't know if there's any other branchy type. This one's pretty good. That's an interesting one. It moves a little bit, so you'd have to contend with that. I think it moves less than the wind bushes. So that might be I'm going to pop that out there just as a possibility. And I'm not going to go through the trees on the crate because we already saw that I didn't have very many to choose from there. I am going to look at the bushes though. Got a few here. Oh, so that doesn't make sense. That doesn't look like a bush to me. So why is it in the bush section? But I don't know. Sometimes you think the people in Carbine are smoking something every now and then. I like the stem of this, but it's got animation, so I don't really want that kind of detracting otherwise, but I like the shape of it. It's really pretty. These are nice, but they're too straight. They don't have any branchy bits. I'm looking for something that looks like an actual branch. So the leafy stalks aren't too bad, but again, they're a little too straight. I'd have to use several of them, and I'm trying to get away with just using like the bare minimum of bits. Excuse me. The lily leaf is probably a good option. I'm gonna pop one of those out there. It has a little bit of motion, which might not be great. As Maddie suggests, there are the withered trees and logs that could be used, but I'm wanting something that looks kind of in bloom for springy. And again, if I use like a bare tree or log, I might feel inclined that I got to add some flowers of some sort to it. And again, I'm trying to use as few pieces as possible. You know, I don't even know how many pieces we used here. What did we use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 15 pieces altogether. That's pretty minimal compared to some of like the 40-piece stuff that I did before. So I see like this is really nice, but I think it's not limby looking. Limby, is that a limby looking? Oh, I can't talk this morning. So let's go to the trees, see if there's any. For those of you that are just arriving though and maybe haven't seen some of the stuff that we talked about this morning, just a reminder, there are some of the new items. They're actually live in game, folks. The ginkgo trees, hello ginkgo, they're here. Like I said, I only noticed it yesterday afternoon when I was working on my Valentine's plot. I was looking for trees and I happened to notice that. I was like, what? Those are in game already? Because I even checked the patch notes that were the latest ones, and it says nothing about new items being added to the vendor. But there's actually, I don't know, 10 or 15 things that have been added. The taco, the medical exam table, the ginkgo trees, the granite string lights are added, the bramble hedges are added, and the decrepit couch, the one that has the blanket and the pillows on it. Those are all in game now. They're all for plat and gold. I think the ginkgo trees are the most expensive of the bunch. But just, you know, to remind that they are actually in game now. You can use them to your heart's content. So yeah, I think the bear trees, for one, there's not a single one. I'd have to deal with all three of them. But again, I'd feel like I need to put some flowers on those branches because I want something springy type. Springy. So I think I'm gonna try the lily leaf in place of the other one. The Algarock pine tree. Let me see. Which one are you talking about? Algarock grass. I don't have a Algarock pine tree. You see, you know, that's part of the issue of me building on my alt. I kind of stick to what's available on the vendor, unless this goes by a different name. And I'm just looking at it wrong. So let's copy. It could be, but again, I'd have to postpone working on it then if I'm going to use it. I'll make a note to check it and see. Let's see. Let me look. I didn't see. It's a tree, right? Blah, blah, blah. Where's the tree? See, the ginkgo ones might actually work, but I think it'd be too bushy. I don't want it to be too full. I don't know. I'm pretty picky. Maybe it's the pine tree wide that you were talking about. But that's how I am, though. I'm picky about it. I've been one from the housing challenges before. It's possible. Let me go look. It should be on the vendor here. I don't know if she's got any renown, though. Actually, she's got a little bit. Surprise, surprise. Because I typically don't quest or anything with my alts unless I'm going on a mission for something specific. So let's see. Umbrella tree. Corrupted trees. Again, it's multiples. That would be kind of a pain. Tree. Grass, wheat. Ash, Algarock bent tree. Oh yeah, that might be a good one. Let's just grab one of those. That was a good suggestion. Now I'll put a bird on it that doesn't last. You know, it doesn't match really well with that particular tree. Woo. Okay. Let's this one would be good though for somebody that's wanting to do something similar to these. I think the lily leaf would work really well for that. Okay, so let's move this one out. Where was that? Dead tree. Whoa, that thing comes in huge. Okay. Now comes the fun of trying to wow, it's really big. Well, see, that's what I like about folks coming and chatting. You get all kinds of nifty ideas. That's still too big, isn't it? I might not be able to make it small enough for this thing. Come on. Turn that a little bit. Looking for a good silhouette here. I don't want this big old clumpy thing showing, so I'm kind of trying to hide it. But that's going to cause that branch to be really out there. Maybe if I shrink it just a little bit more. That might be too small. I don't know. Does that look all right with the big clump showing? Looks really teensy. Yeah, it does, Bones. But I don't know what kind of bird would go well with that. You know, I know they use cranes a lot, but I don't think they sit on tree limbs. I think they're more like in the water and stuff, aren't they? Just trying to decide, do I like that curve? I kind of like how it, you know, again, you're going to see it from different sides, but always look from the front. If you're happy with how it looks from the front, that's the goal for these kind of things. I don't know, does it look better or bigger? And then have the bird here and kind of facing that way, maybe? A canary. I don't even know what a canary looks like. They're yellow, right? I don't want to use bananas, but that sounds like I'm going to be using bananas. Canary. What does a canary look like? Is that like a really... I'm going to look it up. Canary. Oh, yes, a lot of yellow. Ooh, that one's got some weird hair on his head. See, that's kind of the shape of the bird I was aiming for over here, and it didn't turn out anything like that, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Can't be a white bird because we're using the white background, so that won't work. Let's just, let me put this back on everything, and since I already went through the crate, I'm just gonna see what is available on the vendor. See if anything catches my eye. Maybe files have like a nice powder blue bird. That might work, maybe. I don't think there's another kind of mushroom I can get. I'm not sure about that. There's the famous banana. We might resort to banana. A banana bird. That would be funny. Notice I'm not really looking for feathers. We do have a lot of items in game that have feather bits, but they're pretty awkward to work with. I can attest because I have used some for other things that you will soon see, but and these leaves are really pretty. I like the leaves of this particular plant, but again, they move and they're kind of awkward because this is so huge on the bottom. You'd really have to tilt it, turn it, and it won't work for a flat kind of picture. But you know, even though we're talking birds, I'm not looking at feather type items. But we like have the Moody masks, and there's some taurine stuff that has feathers. If I had a lot of space to hide things, I could probably use one of the pillows with ruffles. Yeah, that's probably true. But again, you know, when you're making these, sometimes you just kind of have to, you know, deal with what you can get. So banana bird's a possibility. So far, nothing else is really popping out. Maybe the blue file, the tall file for a powder blue bird. I think it might contrast enough against the white. Maybe we could try the glacier and the icicles and stuff and make a really, pretend that those are the feathers, you know, make a really spiky stuff. I don't know. We'll come up with something. That might make a good bird body. Look like an angry bird from that Angry Bird game. Or the movie, I think they've got a movie coming out. My husband's excited about it. He plays Angry Birds on his phone. And the bottles, if they didn't have the sign, the little label all the way around, that would probably make a nice orangey bird. This might work. I'm going to put that out. I probably have enough bottle shorts, but I think I used the mediums on the tree. I didn't use the short ones, so that would be a strange bird with the symbols there. That could be a bird eye. Hey, there's those brambles. See, told you they're in game already. It's pretty crazy. So if you're looking for some more greenery, there's some brambles and ginkgo trees. Wow, there's a lot of stuffs. Candles, boxes, sprouts, chairs and cheese. Again, there's a lot of items that would probably work for shapes and stuff, like the sandbags, the single ones. Those are really good for doing like mountains and hills and things in a landscape, but not a very pretty color for a bird. You don't want a poo colored bird. Yeah, bones. I'm sure a lot of people will be excited about those new trees and stuff. Yeah, it's just a few pieces, but a little bit here, a little bit there. All this curved glass tubes, walls, cylinders. We don't need any of that. There's the couch. Isn't it ugly? It's so pretty. It's so ugly, it's pretty. It's just, oh, it's awful looking. Look at that. It's all in a shambles. Springs poking out. Look at that. Poor thing's been through a lot. Looks like too many granite have been sitting on it. Desert bud's a pretty thing, but I think it moves, and it might be a little weird, but that's pretty. And the spikies would probably get in the way. Knives. I'm just trying to kind of quickly go through all this. I'm not even like midway through the alphabet here. It'd be a nice shiny copper bird. It'd be good for like maybe a metal bird. If you want to do like a steampunk bird or something. See, here's some feathers. You wanted to make a bird with feathers. How that would work, no, but got all those bones and everything else. Yeah, Maddie, I agree. That's why I had fun working on the Valentine's plot that I put together. It was all cutesy and lots of flowers and of course I had romance in mind and things like that. I hope folks will like it. We could do a pink bird, maybe. Full pipe, ginkgo, garden hose. See, you might could use these for birdie shapes, maybe. Glass, rain. Oh, there's the Granox string lights that you can get now. Like I said, the nice thing about these is they do not cost renown. Now, I haven't tested to see if they affect your light count, but I suspect they don't. A flamingo? Ugh. I don't think that would work well on the tree. Maybe if it's like a garden scene and you got that like the thing he's sitting on the leg or something. Pillows for the body, banana for the bee. Yeah, see, that's your challenge, Bones. You make a flamingo painting and show me what it looks like. That's your assignment for today. Make a flamingo. My eyes are watering all of a sudden. The icy platform, yeah, I was thinking about that or the frozen water. I was looking at that as well because they got some texture, some pretty texture. The back of the hookah lamp is pretty, but then you'd have that goofy thingy to worry about. If we could remove bits of furniture, that would be awesome. See, these might, work something interesting. That's just way too shiny for my taste. Moving to make a green bird. That might work well for like a parakeet. There's the new medical exam table for all you folks with laboratories and stuff. But like I said, it would probably work great for doors and cabinets and walls and floors even. Yeah, well, I don't want to get that economical, Maddie. Just put a hookah on it. But that would work, if for someone that wants to keep it really, really super simple, you do it that way. I love the texture on the horns there. I've been trying to think of something for those, but I haven't quite come up with anything yet. It almost looks like cobra stuff. Maybe I'll do a snake sometime. I actually did a cobra in the the plot that I made that was supposed to resemble the Tangled movie. There was actually one in the cave um, that was kind of weirdly located above the bar. See, that's a pretty. I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna go for bottles, I think. We're gonna make a bottle bird. I think that's what we're gonna try. But I made it out of like sleeping bags and one of those mounted heads that had the horns, and I used those as the fangs, and it looks so awful. It was really bad, but I left it because that was all I could come up with. Of course, that plot is bye-bye now. And it was before I don't know if I think Katya's add-on was existent then, or maybe it was just getting ready to come out, but so it's not a saved set, unfortunately. Make a weird curly bird with that. Okay, I think I'm tired of clicking through all that. What? What are you talking about? I tried to use those horns for the backs of sofas, didn't work out too well. Huh, backs of. Yeah, they might like make a good throne kind of decoration of the horn bit. I imagine the snout and stuff of the beast would look a little weird. What are you talking about, Bones? Are you talking about the flamingo who lives off fermented grape? uh, Sometimes I wonder about you guys. Let's see. I'm gonna try the orange first. See if we can get something that looks funky out of it. The bottle bird. Oh, yeah, I guess that would make more sense. He's gonna be a really fat bottle bird, apparently. Okay, that doesn't look quite right. Maybe I need to turn the branch a little bit. Because he needs some kind of bottom there for his big old fat belly. Maybe he needs to go a little smaller. That's like a really big fat bird. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but you don't know till you give it a try. Whoops. Let me just cancel that and start over. Gosh. Poor deformed bird is what he's turning into. I think maybe the bottle is a little too squarish. I don't know what he's not looking very good. Let me move this away. Let me try bottle, the blue bottle. I don't know what a bird. I mean, I kind of know general shapes, but it doesn't. They don't fit right. It's a continued fermentation that makes it. You guys are crazy. Making fun of the bottle bird. Gosh. Hmm. Some weird looking feathers coming out of his rear end there. Wait a minute. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I'm just kind of, again, it's one of those things you just kind of experiment and see what comes of it. Might discover something funky. What? Possibly bleaching the face of said. I think you guys are going off the deep end there. uh, uh, no. Is there beer at the deep end? Maybe he has beer. Oh gosh, you guys, so goofy. Whoops. Wow, my head just kind of sunk in there. Let's see. Kind of got a wing going on there, but I need something for the head. I think it's turning into a like a what do they call those? A vulture? It looks like a, a vulture to me. Oh gosh. So much for a nice, pretty little pastel-y spring bird. It looks like a very strange bird. Look at that. It's just awful. I'm trying to make it rounded and it's not coming out very well. Hold on. Wow. It just gets pointy as I move it. What's wrong with you, Mr. Bird? Ugh. It's like a combination of penguin bird. The other file would work better for the head. You mean the one that I'm messing with now, or the tall one? Whoops. Well, let me try this. Maybe this needs to go down a bit. I'm trying to give it like, come on, you silly thing. Work with me here. I'm trying to use that gradiated coloring on the bottle to kind of blend it in, but it's not really working very well. Size that down even more, maybe. The tall file. Okay, well, hold on a second. I'm being stubborn with this Eufy file here. It's too much contrast here, I think. Let's see what the blue looks like. I'm gonna have like a billion bottle bird here. $1 million man, $1 billion bird. How's that look? Does that look a little weird? Bits of it are kind of shiny, other bits are kind of dull. I don't know. Let's see. I want to bring that dark up into the head somewhere. I think that will help. If I can bring that in a little bit more. Like a fine line of tweaking. I'll lose it completely here. Not quite. I'm like trying to put a crown on it. I don't know if that makes sense, but He looks like he's wearing a toupee now. Oh dear. That's not exactly what I'm going for. It's the Elvis bird. Oh my gosh. Yes, soccer top. The taco is in the game. Delicious tacos for everyone. So if you have a space taco um, stand or something, then you now have tacos to put on. Yeah, the taco. Let's see. Let me show it. The taco tico. Here, I'll pop it on the wall there so you can see a little better. Giant taco. We can make a taco bird. That'll work. The taco. Yeah, I said, maybe someone will figure out a way to kind of just hide most of it and use the little bits for fries and stuff like that. But yeah, there's the taco, there's the medical exam table, the granite lights, the couch, the bramble hedges, and the ginkgo trees. Those are all in the game now. So, like I said, we previewed them yesterday on the stream as part of Katya's Decor Shopper, because that tool, you can actually see stuff that's coded but not yet available. Because I just assumed they weren't, but apparently some of them snuck in with the latest patch. I swear, I'm making an Elvis bird. He looks like he's wearing a toupee. Look at that. I'm just going to keep poking at it until I'm happy with what it looks like. It's ridiculous looking. Poor bird. Oh gosh. I think I'm making it worse. The sickly bird now. Oh, I don't know how to fix it. Drunken Elvis bird. I swear it looks just like he's wearing a toupee. It's awful. Something about the shape is wrong, I think. I'm trying to tweak it. We'll get it eventually. Maybe. Not. I don't know. Let me just remove the toupee here. I'm not happy with that. Let's see. What part is that? Remove that and what bit do we got here? Kind of like that as the beak, sort of. Sad drunken Elvis bird. Yeah, sad drunken Elvis bird. Okay, I'm gonna try and beef up body here a little bit. Not too much. I don't want it super fat. I'm going to extend the tail a bit this way. Back. Oh, come on. Seriously? Work with me here. There we go. I'm kind of incorporating some of that tree, strangely enough, into the tail work. It may be all right, and it may not. Let's notice I haven't looked to see what it looks like on the back side. There's probably all sorts of stuff poking through strangely there, but we're just gonna pretend it's not a problem right now. I don't want to delete it, just didn't. I don't know, does that look like too many tail feathers? Just keeps going, doesn't it? I just keep adding. I'm gonna make it worse, I think. I was thinking about maybe curling it a little bit up like this, but I think I'll just leave it for now. Let's see. This is quickly becoming more than a few items, sadly. Trying to figure out what bit I gotta use. I'm going to actually go ahead and add a few feathers. Lyrebirds, never even heard of that. I have no idea what that is. I'll just take your word for it that they have lots of feathers. I mean, I know there's peacocks and stuff. They have a lot of feather stuffs. But that's a pretty distinctive look. This isn't really aiming for that. Whoops. Don't want that showing through on his head. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not gonna like show a bunch up here. I just want some kind of extra little bit. Probably be good if you're looking for some fish scales. This would probably be a good little bit. That bottle bottom just keeps wanting to poke through, doesn't it? Making his neck look weird. Come on. Ugh. Like sit here and tweak that one little piece like for ages. A lyre, is that like one of those harp instrument kind of things? Is that what you're talking about? Kind of rings a bell, but I'm not really sure. Okay, I think I'm going to give him a crown too, like I did the other one, but not as spiky. I like the way these look here. I'm going to give him a little bit of a Greek instrument. I'm not sure. It's saying that it was like an instrument. I think it reminds me of like the harp or something. I want to say the lyre is the one that's like double, has like the little curly ends or something, and it's like a U shape. If it's what I'm thinking of, I could be thinking of something completely wrong. Okay, so there we have a shiny head bird. I like the shape of that, how that turned out. Now we need to give him an eyeball. Okay, so it is what I'm thinking of. Well, at least we're on the same track there, because I wasn't sure. Now the trick is to have it look like an eye without it looking like that, like a square, funky bit. Is it not close enough to the nose? Is it bigger, smaller? I have no idea. Kind of. It looks almost like an evil bird. Maybe his beak is too crooked. Oof, looks big and chunky. Oh, look at that. It's like half seagull, half something else. I don't know about that one. Now it looks like he's got his beak is open there, and that doesn't look. It's amazing just what one little tweak of something can change the appearance so quickly. move that one. How's that? Does that look a little better? I'm not sure I'm happy with the eye. He looks like he's kind of sleeping. Head slightly too big for the body and too far back. That's possible. Let's try, oof, right? A little bit better there. And move his crown down. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have the crown on there. Just felt like it needed something because his head just kind of, he looked bald. How's that look? A little better? Maybe too small? Maybe I took it down too big, too much? It looks like he's squinting. It's the bright sun or something. Okay. Ah, it looks like a panda eye. Gosh. Now he looks like a happy bird. Like, oh gosh. I'm gonna leave that. That's funny. A happy bird. Okay. Little bit chunky on the back side, I think, but I'm pretty happy with. I mean, for just kind of coming in and not really having a specific idea in mind, I think that's all right. I'm gonna put one or two more cone bits, because he looks like he's missing something. Where is that at, Bones? Because that sounds pretty fun. That sounds like a nice springy kind of thing. Oops, that didn't copy over, I don't think. Dominion side, is that on, trying to think. Guys' houses, I get them all so confused. I know Soccer's is Tiki. Okay, I'm gonna write that down then. Is it public? Because I'm gonna be nosy and take a look later. Yeah, I was going to say need a couple of flamingos to put on there on your lawn where you're having your croquet. Oh, that won't work. Got to have his eye there, I guess. I'm not quite happy with the cone. I'm still piddling with this silly bird. Bird's gonna hate me because I keep giving him some weird stuffs. He's gonna have like this extended cone on his head, and it's gonna look really odd. There we go. It's a different kind of toupee. He's got like curlies on his head. Something like that. I don't know. It's just a fantasy bird kind of thing. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. It's been fun trying to come up with some new interesting tidbits. I've been wanting to kind of come to this plot to do some different things, so this has definitely been an interesting experiment. Well, you're going to have to open it up or invite us as neighbors later. That'll be what we can do. But yeah, so we've removed the Winterfest stuff, and now we're going to start adding in some more springy details, and that will probably be coming later. If I can think of anything else that I might want to add besides the paintings, but I'm pretty happy with how these have turned out. I may end up tweaking them a little bit more. I'm tempted to extend this tail a little bit further, but I think it's a good start, if nothing else. It might give someone else another, an idea. Now, notice the back side is pretty okay. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot showed up. It's just that snow bit. So I may end up pulling all of it out and just adding another thickness to it of the woodwork, so that I don't have to worry about hiding the snow bits on both of these. But I don't think that's going to be a big issue. Yeah, I had fun too, Maddie. It's always a pleasure when there's folks in the chat kind of going along for the ride. And of course, your guys' suggestions and ideas and opinions are always helpful and amusing at times. Okay, Bones, we'll be sure and check that out then later. But that's it for this week then. Just a final reminder that if you are on entity side and do have a home that you would like to enter into the Nexus, what's it called? Nexus Construction League, there we go, into their housing competition. Sunday is your last chance to get it in on time. I think they have a little bit of a grace period a few days after that for late entries, but if you want to be sure that you're guaranteed the full amount of time for them to review your home, you want to be sure and get that in before Sunday. Again, the PTR is going to be opening up again on the 16th. That's next week. And so probably, depending on what all I can dig up as far as decor goes, any new features that might be available in housing, whether it be new lighting options or a new house option or whatever. I will be busily digging through that on the PTR to see if I can find anything that I can showcase here for you guys that aren't on the PTR. The PTR is, of course, available for everyone as far as I know. You just have to download the client and everything, but a lot of people don't want to bother with that. They don't want to have everything spoiled. But if you're interested in seeing some of the up and coming decor, I will do my best to kind of either get a hold of it myself or find some plots that I have it on showcase like we did last time. And of course, since tomorrow is my guild's Valentine's Day event, which I called Wild Times, I will be showcasing my Valentine's plot next week as well. I don't know exactly when. It may be Monday or Tuesday. It could be later in the week. Just really depends on what's going on. But for those of you that do have access to Jabbit Exile side, it will be going public tomorrow evening. Preferably, don't come in and break in during the event. Not that there's going to be a lot of people there, but um, yeah, it'll be open after that to the public, more or less permanently, so folks can come by. But I'll be sure and show it off and explain some of the things that I put together for different parts of it. Again, it's just a kind of a basic build. It's nothing fancy. There's no like outstanding architecture or anything, but I do have 4 kind of painting type things. It's like wall decorations that you guys might be interested in. There's some custom furniture and custom plants that I've put together, so that might be something for you guys to think about using for your own home. And of course, it is Valentine related, so there's a lot of romantic theme kind of going on. Nothing uh, you know ill-mannered. It's all nice. It's PG, rated G for everybody, so it's nothing bad. But I just thought it would be fun. It's a nice break from all of the winter stuff that we've been doing, to be able to work with all the nice colorful plants and pretty stuffs, and it's very girly. That might give you a clue, but hopefully you can join me then. In the meantime, you guys have a great weekend. Good luck with your own projects. Of course, be free to post or tweet me images of your places, because I love to retweet housing stuff on my Twitter feed. That's basically all I use it for. So I'd be happy to see some of the things you guys put together. Even better if it's something that maybe you got an idea off of mine and you kind of did your own version. It would be great to see what you guys do with it. Like the paintings, it's not like I'm the only one allowed to do those things with the birds and stuff. If you guys want to try your hand at it and want to show what you did and what come of it, I would be ecstatic about seeing that kind of stuff. Anyway, thanks again for joining. Appreciate all the follows, the tweets, the retweets, and even the in-game messages. I've been getting mail from time to time from folks thanking me for these little broadcasts. So I really do appreciate that. It's not just for my own personal entertainment that I do these. I do try to be helpful and in not only getting people interested in housing, but giving them ideas, showing them how I do it, and maybe that will give them some ways of doing it for themselves. Granted, a lot of the ways I do things is not the easiest or the smartest way to do it, but it works for me. So find what works for you and go with it. And don't worry about what anybody else thinks. As long as you're happy with what you're making, that's really the thing. If you're having fun with it, you're enjoying it, then more power to you. So until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.